Today we are going to be turning this flat crochet pattern into the cutest and most adorable little bows that are super easy and quick to crochet. For this project, you need DK yarn of your choice, or you can use any other yarn weight. I am using this one, in which is 100% acrylic. And also pick any color of your choice, a 4mm crochet hook, scissors, and a darning needle. I'm going to be doing my next bow in pink. Leave enough yarn for the weave in and work your slip knot. And now chain 63. Once you have your chain of 63, we can now begin with row number 1. Skip the very first chain and work 1 half double crochet into the next 8 chains. So the chain 1 at the beginning is not going to count as a stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 half double crochets. Now work 1 slip stitch into the next 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Slip stitches. And now 1 half double crochet into the next 14 chains. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 14. So this is what it looks like so far. So we have the end, the center of these two, and then the longer section of the bow. Now we're going to be making the center that connects with this other center section. So again, work 1 slip stitch into the next 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 slip stitches. So this is what it looks like now. Now we have to repeat the same from the longer section to the shorter one, but the opposite. So we are going to start with 1 half double crochet into the next 14. So 1, 2, 14. Now slip stitch into the next 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then lastly 1 half double crochet into the last 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and to finish this row, half double crochet number 8 for the last section. So here is the base, the very first row of our bow. And we are going to be repeating this until we have the thickness that we want. So these are going to be the ends, and these are going to be the longer sides of the bow. So let's do row number 2, chain 1. It's not counting as a stitch. Turn work. For the very first half double crochet, I like using the entire stitch because we are working back loop only all the way down now. But for the first one, I prefer going into the entire stitch. So you can do that as well if you want to. It just gives a better finish. So work the first half double crochet into the first stitch. And now back loop only and half double crochet into the next 7. So it's going to be 8 in total, counting the first one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So 8 half double crochets at the beginning, 7 with back loop only, and then the first one entire stitch. When you get into the slip stitch, you're going to be doing slip stitch. So now you can choose which one to use, it doesn't really matter, but I prefer using the far back ones. If I flip it this way, you can see the little loops in there. So the back loops of those slip stitches here. So those are the ones I'm getting. So go into the first one and slip stitch, and then do that 6 times in total. So 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 slip stitches like that. And now back loop only, 1 half double crochet into the next 14, and then 14. So this is what it looks like so far. Now we go into the slip stitches here. So 1 slip stitch into the next 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Also, I'm getting the back loop only of the slip stitches. And now back loop only and half double crochet into the next 14. And then 14. Now back loop only, slip stitch into the next 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And now to finish it off, back loop only and half double crochet into the next 7, and then the last one, use the entire stitch for half double crochet number 8, or you can back loop only, half double crochet all the way down. So here for the last one, you can choose if you want to get the back loop only or the entire stitch. I'm going to get the entire stitch and half double crochet. So here's row number 2. It's getting a little bit thicker now. You can choose the thickness as well. So now you can repeat row number 2 as many times as you want, depending on the thickness you want. So I'm going to be doing 3 in total. It's going to be slightly thicker like that. So we are going to be repeating row 2 one more time if you want the same thickness as I am doing in today's video. So chain 1, turn your work, half double crochet using the entire stitch into the very first stitch, and then 1 half double crochet into the next 7, back loop only, and slip stitch into the next 6, 1 half double crochet, back loop only into the next 14, slip stitch into the next 6, and then back loop only and half double crochet into the next 14, back loop only, slip stitch into the next 6, and then to finish it off, half double crochet, back loop only into the next 7, and then into the last one, work a half double crochet but using the entire stitch. Now you can choose if you want to stop here or add more rows. I'm going to stop at row 3, and then you're going to chain 1 and fasten off, but we have to leave enough yarn for the center wrap that we have to do with all the layers to create the bow. So I'm going to be leaving 1 meter for this end before I fasten off. So you can take your tape measure. Then we are going to be leaving 100 centimeters. Measure 100. Trim. I like to chain 1. I did it already. And then fasten off. The shorter end we can weave in. So take the shorter end, thread into your tapestry needle. And then to make the edge a little bit rounded, just like on the other side, as you can see, it's a bit more rounded than on this side. All you have to do is just take this yarn to this first row into the half double crochets and just weave in, just in between the half double crochets. Doing that, it's already going to make it rounded. So it's going to just bring that end in a little bit and then just weave in back and forth. I do 3 times in total. And then trim. The longer end, we are going to be moving in between the half double crochets until we get to the first slip stitch section, this one here. Take this end and weave in between the half double crochets until you get to roughly the center of those slip stitches here. Make sure that when you pulling it, make it a little bit slightly tighter just to bring that end in a little bit. And now just take this end roughly in the center of those slip stitches. Here's good. Eyeball it in the center like this. And now to lock this yarn in place, go through that last stitch one more time. And then before you finish the sewing, go through the loop. Make it nice and tight to fasten off. If you have to, just do that one more time and it's going to lock this yarn in place. So here's the base for our bow, and now we have to transform this into our cute little bow. And it's super simple. I'm going to show you 2 options, but feel free to play around and choose the way you prefer putting your bow together. So the first option is the easiest one. You're going to be folding the sides and just bringing everything in the center. So we have to match the slip stitches on the sides and take it to the center. So fold the longer end, in which is the center on the right side in this case, and then match the slip stitch sides on top of each other, and then you want to slightly bend the bottom towards the bottom of the bow like this. And now you do the same to the opposite side. So fold the longer section, and then the slip stitch section of this side, of the left side, you want to place it on top of all of the other slip stitch sections. And then just slightly bend the bottom towards the bottom of the bow like this. And now with your tail that is here, you're going to be wrapping it around all of the layers, gathering the layers together. Then you can do as many wraps as you want. And then you can fix it in place, organize it as you wish. And this is the very first option you have. How adorable is this? And then you can simply just fasten off here at the back. You can weave in the end or use the rest of the end to attach to a project. Now, the second option is just making the bow a little bit more puffy on the sides into this layered double layered section here. So let me show you what I do. Now the second option, it's actually my favorite. You simply have to follow the same steps as the first option, but just add a little twist, literally a little twist. So fold just like before, and then you want to take the bottom and then you're going to flip it inside out like that. And then it's going to create kind of like this puffy effect. And then do the same to the opposite side. So fold, and then take it and flip the bottom like that. And try your best to just hold everything in place. So this is what it's going to look like on this side. And then when you flip it to the other side, this is what it's going to look like. It's going to be kind of puffy. And I'll take the end and then wrap it around as many times as you want. So this is what it looks like. Isn't this the cutest thing? So it's just slightly puffier, and then you can just organize it in place. Also, if you have it this way, you can fold it as well, like that. But if you want it puffy, then you can also have it puffy. How adorable is this? Just wrap it as many times as you want. Now take it to the back. I'm going to show you how to just fasten it. You can just gather some of the little wraps. Just go around like this. And then go through 2 or 3 times as you wish. And then on the last one, just go through the loop before you finish the sewing, make it nice and tight to fasten off. And now you can use this end to attach to any project, or you can simply weave in. So here's the yellow bow now done, and here's the pink one. So this is how you crochet the most adorable and super easy and super structured tiny little bows for you to add to your projects. In my opinion, they are the cutest, the most adorable little bows ever, and so easy and quick to crochet. So let me know what you think in the comments, and let me know what you're going to be using these little bows for. I'm going to be having a little girl. I'm pregnant, so I cannot wait to add all of these little bows to her little outfits, maybe to her hair one day. So yeah, you can play around and add to any projects you want, even to jumpers and cardigans and tops, beanies. So I really hope you have enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to leave your massive thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe here to the channel so you can watch more fun crochet tutorials just like this one. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, happy crocheting!